Hello students, how are you all doing? As you know, we are discussing the chapter Bipin Chaudhary, chapter number 4. And before we start, I would like to tell you something about the writer of this chapter, Mr. Satyajit Ray. Satyajit Ray, he was born on May 2, in the year of 1921, and where exactly? In Calcutta, and he died on April 23 in the year of 1992. So he was a Bengali motion picture director, writer, and an illustrator also, who brought the Indian cinema to world recognition with Pather Panchali in 1955, The Song of the Road, and its two sequels known as the Apu trilogy. So as a director, Ray, he was noted for his humanism, his versatility, and his detailed control over his films and their music. He was one of the greatest filmmakers of the 20th century. So he was such a renowned personality, so many books he wrote, and he was a famous, renowned director. So today we are going to read a story written by Satyajit Ray. The name of the story is Bipin Chaudhary. In our last session, in our last class, we have already discussed the starting of this chapter. So it's a story written by Satyajit Ray. Here we get the element of suspense that is introduced at the end. So we can say it's a suspenseful, thrilling story. Bipin Chaudhary is very cleverly tricked by Chunni Lal. Why? For not receiving the much needed help from him. So Chunni Lal deceived him in a very trickiest way. Chunni Lal, he was passing through some financial strait. He was in a financial problem. He went to Bipin Chaudhary with a request to get him a job. And however, Bipin could not help him because of his preoccupation. And Chunni Lal, he was very hurt by his friend's indifference. Chunni Lal made a plan to teach Bipin a lesson. And how exactly he taught a lesson to Bipin? He created such a situation for Bipin that Bipin, he began feeling he was suffering from amnesia. Amnesia is, we can say, a lapse of memory where exactly you forgot something that happened with you in the past. First, a man named Parimal Ghosh. We already have read about Parimal Ghosh in our last session. We have talked about him, Parimal Ghosh. He met him at a bookshop at Kali Charan's. The name of the bookshop was Kali Charan. He met him at the bookshop and started talking to Bipin Chaudhary to him as if he were an old acquaintance. So the man, the Parimal Ghosh, he pretended at that moment at the shop that he was already acquainted with Bipin Chaudhary, very highly acquainted with Bipin Chaudhary. So, but Bipin had never met him ever. He talked to him about his week-long Ranchi trip in 1958. Bipin was at loss as he was not able to remember or to remind any incident of the Ranchi trip. As per the Bipin Chaudhary, he'd never been to Ranchi. Parimal Ghosh was shocked at Bipin's forgetfulness. He even told him he could confirm it from Dr. Dinesh Mukherjee, who was also with them during the trip. So this session we have already done, and now we will talk about the second part of the chapter. We will discuss this story from the second part of the chapter. So start reading first of all, students. Bipin Babu's car was safely parked in Berth Ram Street by the Lighthouse Cinema. He told the driver as he got into the car, "Just drive by the Ganga, will you, Sitaram?" Driving up the Strand Road, Bipin Babu regretted having paid so much attention to the intruder. Intruder means Parimal Ghosh. He had never been to Ranchi, and no question about it. It was inconceivable that he should forget such an incident which took place only 6 or 7 years ago. He had an excellent memory, unless Bipin Babu's had reeled. Was he losing his mind? But how could that be? He was working daily in his office. It was a big firm and he was doing a reasonable job. He wasn't aware of anything. ever going seriously wrong. Only today he spoke for half an hour at an important meeting, and yet the man knew a great deal about him. How? He even seemed to know some intimate details. The bag of books, wife's death, brother's insanity. The only mistake was about his having gone to Ranchi. Not a mistake, a deliberate lie. In 58, during the pujas, he was in Kanpur at his friend Haridas Bagchi's place. All Bepin Babu had to do was write to. No, there was no way of writing to Haridas. Bepin Babu suddenly remembered that Haridas had left with his wife for Japan some weeks ago, and he didn't have his address. So, but where was the need for proof? He himself was fully aware that he had not been to Ranchi, and that was that. The river breeze was bracing, and yet a slight discomfort lingered in Bapin Babu's mind. Around Hastings, Bapin Babu decided to roll up his trousers and take a look at his right knee. There was the mark of an old inch-long cut, and it was impossible to tell when the injury had occurred. Had he never had a fall as a boy and cut his knee? He tried to recall such an incident but couldn't. Then Bapin Babu suddenly thought of Dinesh Mukherjee. The man had said that Dinesh was in Ranchi at the same time. The best thing surely would be to ask him. He lived quite near, in Beni Nandan Street. What about going right now? But then if he had really never been to Ranchi, what would Dinesh think of Bapin Babu? Ask for a confirmation? He would probably conclude that Bapin Babu was going nuts. So no, it would be ridiculous to ask him. And he knew how ruthless Dinesh's sarcasm would be. Sipping a cold drink in his air-conditioned living room, Bapin Babu felt at ease again. Such a nuisance. Just because they have nothing else to do, they go about getting into other people's hair. After dinner, snuggling in bed with one of the new thrillers, Bapin Babu forgot about all the man in New Market. Next day, in the office, Bapin Babu noticed that with every passing hour, the previous day's encounter was occupying more and more of his mind. If the man knew so much about Bapin Babu, how could he make such a mistake about the Ranchi trip? Just before lunch, Bapin Babu decided to ring up Dinesh Mukherjee. It was better to settle up the question over the phone. At least the embarrassment on his face would not show. 235616, Bapin Babu dialed the number. Hello, is that Dinesh? This is Bapin here. Well, what's the news? I just wanted to find out if you recalled any incident which took place in 58? 58? What incident? Were you in Calcutta right through that year? That's the first thing I have got to know. Wait, just a minute. 58? Just let me check in my diary. For a minute there was a silence, and Bapin Babu could feel that his heartbeat had gone up. He was sweating a little. Hello? Yes, I have got it. I had been out twice. Where? Once in February nearby to Krishnanagar to a nephew's wedding, and then, but you would know about this one, the trip to Ranchi. You were there too? That's all. But what's all this sleuthing about? So no, I just wanted to. Anyway, thanks. Bapin Babu slammed the receiver down and gripped his head with his hands. He felt his head swimming. A chill seemed to spread over his body. There were sandwiches in his tiffin box, but he did not eat them. He had lost his appetite. So let's start discussion now, students. Come back again on second part. So Bapin Babu was totally confused. He was totally demented about the incident, that what is exactly going on. This man already knew so many things about me, but how it could be possible that I have totally forget about everything. There is no memory in my mind about the Ranchi, but still the man is so certain, the man is Parimal Ghosh is so confirmed about the trip to Ranchi. How is it possible? So Bipin Babu car was safely parked in the Bertram Street Lighthouse Cinema, and he was in confusion, he was in a dilemma. So that is why he told to the driver, he said just drive by the Ganga, and the name of the driver was Sitaram. So now the Sitaram was driving the car, and Bipin Babu was regretting on himself. Why? Because he was regretting that why I had paid so much attention on that man's wordings on Parimal Ghosh, what he was saying. Maybe he was totally totally lying about something. Nothing happened like that. So it can be. So Bipin Babu was certain that it was inconceivable that he should forget such an important trip to Ranchi, and that incident that they took place just before 6 or 7 years ago. How it was possible that just a very important trip to Ranchi and so many things happened there, and it was nothing there in Bipin Babu's mind. So he was totally little bit sure, and he was a bit in confusion about the trip. That really had he went to Ranchi or not, or that man was totally befooling him. So unless Bipin Babu's head reeled, so he was in a shock. He was confused about that man. So here Bipin Babu was thinking, is it possible that I have forget everything? So he was thinking that am I losing my mind? Is everything okay with me? Am I really so old? So how it was possible? He was thinking that daily I'm working here in my firm. I'm a responsible man, and I'm doing everything with a lot of responsibility. So how it was impossible that he just forgot everything about the main trip? So he was thinking about all these things. So he was thinking that every day I'm doing my job in a very firm way, in a very in a very wisely, in a very wise way. But how it happened today, that man came suddenly in the Kalicharan shop, and that man gave so many hints about the Ranchi, and I'm really not aware about it. So yet the man knew, but on one hand, Bipin Babu was thinking that Parimal Ghosh has given so many hints about the trip to Ranchi, and on the other hand, he was confused that how that incident's memory were not there in his mind. So he even seemed to know some intimate details. How it was possible that he knew so many things about my wife, that about the books, though I am fond of the books, my brother's insanity, he was aware about these things. He explained these things to me. So only mistake he was doing, that he was telling me about the in the 58 I have been to Ranchi, but it's not possible. It's because as per Bipin Babu, he just went in a puja. So now he was thinking that I shall call to Haridas Bagchi, where he went in the year of 58 to attempt to attend the puja ceremony. So he was thinking to write a letter to Haridas, but now side by side he was thinking that he was assuming that maybe how Haridas would react, and then suddenly came in his mind that Haridas already had left the India, and he has now went to Japan with his family, and Bipin Babu, he was not having Haridas new address. So so Bipin Babu was literally disoriented about the idea that what he shall do to make sure that nothing happened there. For a moment he was thinking that I shall gather proof, I shall confirm myself basically, and second moment he was thinking that if exactly Parimal Ghosh was right, if he was not telling lie, then something happened with him, something wrong was there with Bipin Chaudhary. Bipin Babu, what he did, he literally tried to cross check his marks on his knee, that is there any cut there on my knee, just to cross check. That man was saying that you fell down that near the Woodroo Falls. Exactly. So there were few marks on his knee, but he was not sure about the marks, that these marks he received at his childhood age or recently. So had he never had a fall as a boy or cut his knee? Is it possible? So he was questioning to himself to make sure to just remove the doubt from his mind. Then Bapi Babu suddenly thought of Dinesh Mukherjee. So one idea struck in his mind, that I shall call to Dinesh Mukherjee. As per the man said that I stayed in Ranchi at Dinesh Mukherjee's bungalow. So now I shall call to make sure to make things certain up to about Ranchi's trip. So I shall call to Dinesh Mukherjee. So it was the best thing came into his mind, and he was thinking he lived quite near. I shall in the Benin street. He is living there. So I shall go by myself right now to confirm, to remove every hurdle from my mind, just to remove every confusion from my mind. So he was thinking to do so, but he side by side he thought that maybe if I will confirm everything from Dinesh Mukherjee, then he will make comment on me that have you forgot about the Ranchi trip or something like that. So he thought I shall call him. That would be the best idea. So he knew that Dinesh Babu was so ruthless in making the sarcasm. So he just dropped this idea to go at his place, and he thought I shall call him. So he now reached at his home. He went into his air conditioned room. He sat there. Just now he relaxed himself first of all. And then he was thinking, there's such a nuisance. People are so bad. They are just so much free that they are teasing other people, and even they are making fun of other people, and they are enjoying all this moment, just like that Parimal Ghosh did. So after dinner he just easily sat inside his bed, and then Bapin Babu forgot all about the man in New Market. He was thinking that now he was relaxed a little bit. He already today it was very heavy day for him. So due to overthinking, his mind was so tireless. So that is why at the moment he just slept. So next day in the office, Bapin Babu again was not easy. Again he was confused, in a dilemma. His mind was again stuck on that same topic, same scene. So again the Parimal Ghosh's wording, that wordings, that things about that Ranchi trip, it was there in his mind. And Parimal Ghosh was worried how that man was aware. The main thing he was worried about, how the man was really aware about his wife, his fond of his book's fondness, and about his brother's death. How the man come to know about these things. So just before lunch, Bapin Babu decided to finally made up his mind, and he finally thought that I shall call now Dinesh Mukherjee to make up my mind, to make things finally clear. It was better to settle the things. So he just called to Dinesh Mukherjee. So before dinner, finally, Bapin Babu made up his mind, and he called to Dinesh Mukherjee. He dialed his number, and Dinesh Mukherjee spoke from the other side of the phone. He said, "Who's there?" Then Bapin Babu said, "I am," and he asked directly about about the 58 incident. That what happened in the year of 58. Do you remember? We have been to any city or anywhere. So anything special was there in the year of 58? Do you remember? So he asked, were you in Calcutta right through that year, or that's the first thing I have got to know? So Dinesh Mukherjee said, maybe you were in the Calcutta. That is the thing I just remember, that maybe you were in Calcutta. So he said, wait just a minute, I have noted down everything in my diary, let me check. So for a minute there was silence. At that moment, Bapin Babu was so upset. His heartbeat was so rising up, moment by moment, every second. He was just totally restless. He was thinking that don't know what would be the answer of Dinesh Mukherjee. So after a minute, the silence broke, and Dinesh Mukherjee spoke to Bapin Chaudhary that okay, once in a February nearby, you went to Krishna Nagar, and we went to nephew's wedding, and then you would know about that trip. We went to Ranchi, you and me. So you were also there too. Why? you just forgot about that Ranchi trip. You were there, I was also there. Bipin Chaudhary asked the question about the 58 incident, what happened, and even that Dinesh Mukherjee also gave his answer that you were there in Ranchi with me. When Bipin Chaudhary heard about that, exactly now it was confirmed with the help of Dinesh Mukherjee that he had been to Ranchi in the year of 58. Now he was so anxious, he was so bothered about the incident, that how it can go like that, that he just totally forgot about the incident. There was no memory in his mind about. So he was really uneasy, and he was fretting at that moment that what he shall do. So he was thinking that okay, I have been to Ranchi. So he said you were. It was confirmed with the help of Dinesh Mukherjee. He said you were there with me. We have been to Ranchi. So Dinesh Mukherjee asked from him that what is all this sleuthing about? What is all this investigation about? Are you doing something? As any doubt you have, or is something went wrong with you? So he said no, it's okay, thanks. Then Dappy Babu, he just slammed the receiver. He just hardly kept back the receiver, and he just gripped his head, because his head was reeling, his head was now swimming like he was totally upset. He was distressed about that what was wrong with him, and a chill seemed to spread over. So Bipin Babu was so bothered about that what was wrong with him, and in that tension, in that anxious mood, he avoided his lunch also. He did not eat anything. So students, here our second part is completed, and now rest of the chapter we will discuss later. So you have to read this chapter very carefully, and the final suspense will come out later in our third and fourth part. So till then, take care of yourself, complete your notebooks if you have got the bags, and do study again and again. You all have books, you can read out the chapter, and any queries or any doubts you have, you can drop the message on my WhatsApp. And stay safe inside the house, take care of yourself. Thank you.